back. A new federal rule bars transgender school bathroom bans, and it's just part of an expansion of Title IX regulations. And at the state level, there are some proposed changes to school accreditation, the banning of DEI programs. And this morning, we're checking in with State Superintendent Ryan Walters, getting an update on all things Oklahoma education. Superintendent, thank you so much for coming in.
Hi, thank you guys for having me on this morning. A lot going on in education. We're very excited about where Oklahoma's schools are headed, so excited to be here this morning.
Okay, and we're going to talk all about it, but let's start here with the new Title IX expansion. You said on X that the Secretary of Education should resign after the announcement. And specifically here, we're talking about the barring of transgender bathroom use. So talk about, will Oklahoma still enforce the ban that we have here once those are set to take place?
Yeah, what you've seen here is, this is the most radical step we've ever seen from the federal government. Joe Biden has got his Secretary of Education to demand that the states allow boys in the girls' bathroom, allow boys to play girls' sports, or he will gut our federal funding. He will attack the states with lawsuits. We have sent him a letter. We have sent the Secretary a letter saying we will not comply with this. We have sent all the schools a letter telling the schools not to comply with this. This is completely illegal and an unconstitutional rule. It endangers our girls, but this is Joe Biden's latest attempt to attack the states, to attack families and American values. We will not stand for it here in Oklahoma. We will continue to enforce our laws, our common sense laws, to keep our girls safe. And lastly, his Secretary of Education should absolutely resign in disgrace over putting the states in this type of position, but the weaponizing of the federal government will stop here in Oklahoma.
What role does the Board of Education play whenever it comes to enforcing or not enforcing these rules?
Great question. So what we've done is we've already laid this out to the Board of Education to say, here are the laws on the books here, here's how we will enforce them. All districts will comply to keep boys out of the girls' bathroom, boys out of girls' sports, period. We're also sent every district a letter letting them know we will continue to follow those laws, not the unconstitutional, illegal rewriting of Title IX by the Biden administration. So our board will continue to enforce those, and we will fight back against federal overreach.
So LGBTQ advocates had before said that the proposed rules for Title IX would be great for transgender people, transgender students, telling them that they can't do something is like telling them that they're not accepted part of our society. What is your response to that?
Yeah, I think that's an absolutely absurd position. There's boys and there's girls. We want to protect girls' sports. We know there's two genders. We want every human being to be treated with dignity and respect. That's every student in every school. But we also have common sense policies. We're not going to allow a boy to go into the girls' bathroom because they claim to identify as a girl that day. It endangers girls. We've seen assaults of girls in the girls' bathroom by male students claiming to be girls. We're not going to allow it. We're not going to gut girls' sports and allow boys to go beat girls in their own respective sports because of a gender ideology. So we're going to continue to affirm truth, common sense in our schools, and we're going to do that by treating everybody with dignity and respect also. Okay,
and now we know that these proposed regulations, this is not the final say. We know that there is more to come from this, so we'll keep following up with that. Let's bring it back here at home now. You've proposed some rules to ban the diversity and equity and inclusion programs. Talk about why you believe that that's a necessity here in the state.
Yeah, well, what we've seen our DEI programs have been the way that the radical left has been able to push ideology into the classrooms, into our schools. And the reality is we shouldn't be lying to our kids and dividing them into oppressors and oppressed. We need to be telling every kid of every background, you can be successful academically. You can be successful in the world. We want to empower you with the talents and skill sets that God gave you to have the best life possible. Quality of life, that comes from realizing your talents and really blooming into a successful individual. And so, but you don't do that by telling kids that their race defines them, their race makes them either an oppressor or oppressed. And so we're going to get this type of indoctrination out of schools, and we're going to continue to set the bar high academically and behaviorally. We're getting the schools back on track with discipline, and we're going to get the schools back on track with academics at a high bar.
And your response to critics who say that there are bigger things to worry about over DEI?
Yeah, no, I completely reject that. What you've seen is the teachers union and the Biden administration push ideology, left-wing ideology into the classroom. We have to get all of that out of the classroom and get back to a focus on the basics. You've heard my plans to focus on the basics. We've seen tremendous success already. 117 schools coming off the F list, new record. Tremendous successes in Tulsa Public Schools, our biggest district. Oklahoma City Public Schools, we love some of the workforce initiatives they're doing, but look what happens when you focus on the basics, you focus on academics, and you get left-wing ideology out of the classroom. Our kids will be successful, and so will the state.
And you've also proposed some rules here to report and track teacher abuse in schools. Talk about what you're looking to address here.
Look, what we have seen around the state is sexual abuse of students by teachers and coaches. Obviously, the vast majority of teachers and coaches are mortified by this, but we do have sexual predators that have found their way into the classroom. What we want to do is give ourselves more power to move quickly when there's an accusation, remove these individuals from the classroom so they can't continue to endanger young people, and pull their certificates, get them out where they can never be in a classroom again. Parents have to know their kids are safe in our schools. That is our #1 priority as a school system. So we have to ensure student safety by getting sexual predators out of the classroom. We're asking for more of an ability to do that, to automatically suspend, remove them from the classroom. So we're going to continue to make sure kids are kept safe, and that's why we've pushed for this new rule to give us more authority to do that.
Okay, and real quick before we go, where do both of these proposals go, both the teacher abuse and the DEI program proposal?
Yeah, thank you. So our rules right now are sitting in the House and the Senate. They've got to go through the House and the Senate to be approved and then signed by the governor. So again, asking your listeners, we want to see our schools get better. We want to see more of an emphasis on academic performance. One of our rules is saying districts are going to have to move all of our kids above basic in their understanding of math and reading. We've got to move the ball forward. We've got to protect our kids. We've got to get left-wing ideology out of the classroom. Talk to your House member, your senator, let them know you support these rules. Let's move this forward so that we can have the best school system possible. And I truly believe Oklahoma will lead in education. We're leading on fighting back against Biden's overreach. We're leading on focusing on academics. Our parents deserve better, and we are going to absolutely deliver for the parents of the state of Oklahoma. Okay,
Superintendent Ryan Walters, thank you so much for coming in. We know there's so much to talk about. Keep us updated on any developments happening across the state. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.